Yeah, we can see.
Okay, okay, thanks. So, okay, we are starting now. So, before going for any introduction related to Python and a course structure or demo session, I will start with my introduction first, and then we will discuss about the course structure and what we are going to cover, and how soon we can cover this course, and what are the output after this course completion, and what are the areas where you can use these skills uh, of automation. So my name is Rajiv, and I'm working in one of a Indian MNC company for last 9-10 years, and I have enriched experience in automation. Related technologies are Python, Java, and frameworks are Robo framework, Selenium, and some other hybrid frameworks I have used, which we have written by ourselves. And I have experienced in healthcare and automotive domain, where we are responsible for designing the simulators or developing the simulators or writing the test cases, generating the reports, and all these activities we are doing using Python or Java. But last 2 years, I'm totally focused on Python because Pythons are many advantages over other languages, and it is very easy to syntax wise to use. So most of the companies, most of the customers, they don't want to spend much time on writing the test case or spending much time in you know in exploring the test case, but they want more in the engineering side. So that's why Python these days becoming very famous in the market, and most of the teams, investing their time in learning the Python. So my all experience, I have started almost 5 year back Python with some automotive projects, and after I have done two healthcare projects in Python with all simulator and end-to-end automation, and Java I have done for two or three projects in Selenium. So this is all related to my background, my career, and my projects. So let's start with the next slide. Like all we know, all we gather here for the uh, Python learning. So let's start with some why we are going for Python and what are the application of Python, and why we invest our time to learn this technology and all these things. So we very first will start with the application area of Python, like why Python suddenly become so famous, so popular in the market. So these all things we need to discuss here. So there are few areas like where the Python is very popular these days, and you all heard in the articles or in the news these days, like data science and AI. So these two data science and AI. These are the hottest job or hottest technologies which companies are working nowadays. So mostly used language in these two technologies is Python. And other area of the Python application is the web development. Earlier we used PHP, and we used other languages, but nowadays in the web development we are using Python. So this is the third application area of Python. And now the mostly for the testers, these all for the developers. But what is use case for testers? So tester use case is automation. So in automation, Python is widely used either in with the UI automation, backend automation, robotic automation, or you can say your serial or socket automation. So any kind of automation, Python is enriched with the libraries, and we can use those libraries, and we can automate our projects. So this is the fourth largest application area of Python, and other is API development. So API development is kind of communication between the two machines. So we design APIs to communicate with each other. So this is the another fifth area, but we mainly focus on test automation uh, area. or test automation application area. So in test automation application area, you have seen lot of discussion these days on the Selenium. So most of the teams earlier started the Selenium with Java, but nowadays Java syntax is little complex. Code is little complex. So all the companies or all the customer, they are slowly, gradually start moving towards the Python, and they start spending investing time on the Python plus Selenium. That is web UI automation. And backend automation, Python is already successful. So these are some application area of Python. So let's start with another slide. So if you have any question, you can, Arav, you can handle how we can, communicate on the questions and all.
I have one question. This is Hemlata.
Yeah, please.
So in the course, would you be um, to specific like towards the 5G, 4G testing automation? Would you be covering that?
Yeah, I will cover some automation projects for you. Like basic is very important here.
Okay.
So the thing which I came to know, like we have to start from basic. So I will cover basic first in the first phase, basic, and second phase is advanced, like OOPS and uh, OOPS concept with the real project, and then we will move to some automation project, 2 or 3 automation project we will do, and automate. If you have a basic knowledge, you can use that skill in anywhere because domain knowledge is very important. If you have domain knowledge of 4G, 5G, you can simply use the same logic there, right? So
Okay.
domain, yeah, knowledge is very important. But yeah, basic I will cover. Like can do you you can do after this course. You can apply your thoughts of Python on your project after this course. That level of understanding you will get.
Okay. But for sample, would we be doing one project at least with respect to telecom domain?
That I will discuss with Brijesh. Yeah,
Fine.
I will discuss with, if he provide me domain knowledge, I will set up that on top of
Fine.
that.
Okay.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Can I move to next slide? Okay. Okay. So we discussed earlier like application areas of Python. Now the next slide I have prepared for why we use Python. Why not other languages? There are so many languages available in the market these days. Like Java is very famous. Golang is there now. Uh, C++ and C, very famous language. So why we move to Python? So few things in Python is like syntax is very easy. Syntax wise, it is very easy. When you start learning Python and when you write your program, you will come to know like it is a simple English programming. Like you can read easily line by line, and syntax is very short. You don't need to technically declare everything. Python interpreter or compiler will understand those things automatically. So you don't need to do anything. You just simply need to write like a simple English paragraph, and it will understand automatically. So that's why its syntax is very easy, and we will prefer Python over other languages. And the second thing is sec- second thing is just a minute, libraries. So as I told earlier, like there are so many libraries available. Even in the count, if I say more than 4 lakhs library available in the Python. So library means suppose you want to work in the 4G or 5G, right? In the telecom sector. So someone developers already developed some libraries, and they open source library, and they are available on the Python website or Google. So we can simply import those libraries in our code and use their method to do our work. So we don't need to write the whole code, but just we need to import those libraries and write the short code, like 4 5 line code, and we will get our results. So that's why this is the second point, because library is very much available in the market. So we use Python over other language. And third line I already discussed. After using this library, your code become very short, right? Because I have worked in Java already. I have worked in initial days. I worked in C++ also. So I can compare the Java 100 line of code in Python you can do in 30 or 35 lines. So that much simplicity of syntax in Python has. So once you start learning, you will understand these things, why syntax and these all things are important. And next thing is cross-platform. So cross-platform thing is very big thing for Python. Whatever code you have written in Windows, if you run the same script in the Linux, it will work. So you don't need to write the separate line of code. Okay, if the OS is this, you will run this set of lines. If the OS this, you will run this set of lines. No, it is a cross-platform support. So suppose you want to write a print hello. So same script if you run on Windows, same script if you run on Linux, same script if you run on another platform, it will work. So that is another plus point in Python. And the last thing is OOPS concept. It is not procedural language. It is a OOPS, like OOPS concept. If you gone through in your college days, like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. So these all are the basic principle of OOPS, and Python supporting all those principles. So why OOPS? Because OOPS make your code or your scripts very easy. It avoid the rewriting the codes, right? Suppose if you want to do some arithmetic operations, right? So you will create a class arithmetic, and you will define all the method inside that class, sum and all that. So in that case, instead of using again and or defining again and again, you just use that class every time and say sum 4 and 5. You will get the result. So these all conceptual and functional things are available in the Python. That's why Python is we are using. So till here everything is okay, right? Any question you can discuss.
Not right now.
Okay, okay, great, thanks. So these slides, okay. So I divided this course or this learning session, what we are going to have, into two parts. First part, we will cover the basics only. If you know the basic, on top of basic, you can build anything. That is my experience, right? If you know the basic, but if you don't know the basics, whatever project you start working in, you will not get your outputs, because basic play a huge role in defining your program and script. So I start with basic, and in basic what I will cover all the variables, keywords available in the Python, inbuilt functions available in the Python, and data types in Python. So maybe you are aware of that, but I will cover all these things to make you on the same platform, all the learners. Operator we will cover. So operator are very important, like if you want to concatenate the strings, if you want to addition, float and int values, and if you want to do the greater than, smaller than, comparison. So all these things, if you want to do in your scripts, these operators are very important, right? So operators we will cover. And data structure everywhere is very important. Suppose you are working in 4G and 5G uh, projects, right? So why the data structures are important? If you are getting continuously feedback from your uh, projects, or what I can say, like n number of user are using some 4G facilities, and they are continuously giving you output, and that output you are reading in your script, and creating some functionality on top of that. So data structure is important to handle those outputs from the n number of user and store somewhere. So it is very important to discuss data structures, and there are few data structures in Python that are very easy, and you can easily, after one session, you will easily understand and create your data structures. And every data structure has their own methods, right, to deal with. So that also we will discuss. And next thing is loops. So loops, everybody you studied in your college days, like while loop, for loop. So we will go through these loops also. And conditional statement like if else, and if multiple if else conditions there, how to handle that. Try except, right? And exceptions, how to handle the exception if during the program if any error comes, how to handle that error. So that we will cover in the basics. And the next thing is,
Your voice is not audible.
Voice. One.
yeah, now can you hear me now?
Now it is audible.
Okay, so till where you heard, like conditional statements or functions?
Conditional statements. Till conditional
Okay,
statements.
okay, okay. So function, I am saying, like function is very important feature in the Python. If you cover functions very, with the good knowledge or good basics, then 50% Python you covered already. Everything is function, right? Like small task, I have given you small task to perform, so you will create function first and take the output from that function. So how to create function, how to take outputs, how to give parameters, how to give arguments, so these all things if you understand completely, then your 50% Python is completed. You don't need to do anything. So just if you want to, make your competency on Python, you need to understand this function properly. You need to give 100% on this function. So function you have two type of parameters, like I have written here, star parameters and star star keyword parameters, that that also I will explain you to understand how you can use. So suppose in future if you are not using classes, if you are not using oops, because for small project or small scripts we avoid using classes, we avoid using oops. So in that case you should have mastery on functions, right? And in coming sessions, in coming classes, I'll definitely explain you why functions are important. How can you import other script into the other script using methods and all that. So this is 50% your coverage, Python coverage. And next is importing Python script. Yeah. So suppose you're working in a project and you have 4 or 5 tasks to do. So every task you cannot do in one script, right? So you have to create multiple scripts, like 4, 5, 6, or 10 scripts you have to create. But for calling or for executing those scripts, you need one single script to make a control on all 10 scripts. So for that you need to import all the 10 scripts in one script. So how to do that, how to use the methods of scripts in one script, so all that things we will cover here. How you can make your Python very compact, very easy to understand, right? So all that thing we will discuss in this part. And next part is file handling. This is very important. For automation, this file handling is very important. Suppose you run a what I can say, a project you are running or a tool you are running in your laptop, and that tool is generating a log file, right? Like ATS or some tools, or BPS 600 or a Wireshark or OmniPeak, any tool, whatever tool you are running on your machine, and that tool, after some time for finishing that task, it generates a log file. So you want to automate that log file. I want to check the errors in that log file, how many errors in that 2 hours come. So all that thing comes under file handling. How to how to control that log file, how to control that text file. So all that things come under file handling. So that also we will cover in the basic. So most probably I just keep 5 session for this uh, file handling, but I know 5 session is not enough to cover all these things. Maybe it will extend 2 more sessions to cover these all things. So 5 to session we will take to cover all these things. So this is the first phase or the learning session. So any question till here? Can
Hello,
I?
hello. One question.
Yes, yes. Can ask.
For visualizations, data, for example, graph and some charts, some statistics. So, can Python replace this Power BI?
Yeah. So that is the additional part. You are saying in the data science part, right? Like pandas and matplotlib and numpys, right? Yeah. So if you know the basics, then only on top of that you can use any library, right? So if you want session on that matplotlib uh, or pandas or numpy, I can add that session also. But that is data science related, mostly data science related field. But that's a library only. Panda is a library. I have worked on pandas and numpy also. If you want to learn that, I will add one session of pandas and numpy.
Actually, for telecom, for example, 5G, 4G, mostly related to statistics and data analyzing and
Okay.
monitoring KPIs. So this is the
Yeah.
most important things which is automating, for example, daily KPIs to sending everyone, and if there is some problem, make some
Yes. 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 No problem.
notification, something else. It's
Yeah.
the most problem, mostly needed part for 5Gs, 4G, actually for telecommunication.
Yeah. I understand your point. So if you learn this data structure very carefully, na, right? This data structure. So if you save your that input or output or numbers, then visualization is a just printing of that numbers using one library. You just making a graph. You're just making a visual output of that data. That is not a problem. That is one library. I will cover that in one session. But how to make control on that outputs or input or n number of KPIs, you need to learn the data structure first, right? After learning data structure, we can cover those libraries. That libraries are not part of basics, that are part of other advanced courses that I will cover in next session, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Pandas and matplotlib. Anyone else in the basics, any concerns or any questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, Raju. Already someone asked how we will correlate this course with the LTE 4G 5G protocol testing. That is the
Mhm.
main concern from my side also.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So see, the any project output, that is the end part of your knowledge, right? Once you
Right.
know the, yeah, if you know the basic, if you know the feature of Python, then only you can apply your idea on the project, right?
Right. Understood. But
Yeah.
do we go to means do we go for any test case writing or for any means exposure for the protocol testing from the Python side?
Yeah, protocol testing. Yeah. So yeah, that I will discuss with uh, the team. I will discuss with team. If they are providing me any project like this is how the things work, I will design one demo session or learning session on that LTE also. No problem.
Because because from my side, what I required, because what I needed, I should have a knowledge for protocol testing, for telecom
Mhm.
protocol testing on the basis of the Python.
Okay.
That
Okay.
that to a live project exposure, so I can tell the interviewer or someone ki, I have already worked on the protocol LT protocol testing from Python side.
Yeah. 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 No, that
That is
is
all
not
my
a issue.
requirement.
Yeah, that is not a issue. If we know the how the manual things work, we can apply our thoughts and we can put into the scripts. That is not a problem. I will discuss with the team. If you want that session also, we will add that session.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
actually, you should add, because that is the most important. That's why from that's why I am joining these sessions only.
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure.
That is my
I'll
main
discuss.
requirement.
Yeah, but first we have to start with basics because everyone is not same as your level. So basics are very important. So to make everyone on the same platform.
Okay, so we are using the Python shell for the program writing, or some we are using
No,
something
we
others?
yeah anyone you can prefer you can use, but I'm using Visual Basic. You know Visual Basic Code. This ID I'm using. So if anyone want to use the other like Atom or anyone wants Eclipse or any other intelligence or Jupyter notebook, anyone is okay to use. No problem. But I'm most preferably I'm using this Visual Code
Okay.
because this is very good for programming and. For data science, if you need visualization or if you need any graphs related, then Jupyter Notebook is very much preferred.
Okay, understood.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
This thing all we discussed. Yeah, yeah. So anyone in the basics, any question? Okay. Yeah. So this is the second structure of course or learning sessions where we cover two main things. First is OOPS concepts, which are very important if you are dealing with the number of scripts or with the larger task. Then OOPS concept, very important to make your scripts shorter and to make your scripts execution faster. So for that, OOPS concepts are very important. And next is the real-time practice or some projects as you told, like LTE projects you want to do. So that I will discuss with the team and I will work on that and I will make some, proper a project output input mapping to you guys with the automation. So that I have to work with team. And file handling project also we will discuss like if the log file is there, how to use that log file and how to manipulate that log file using Python and how to get the results and how you can display those results in the graphs and all that. So that all we can discuss. So that why I just keep this as a real time practice. In this we will work on the projects, right? And 2 or 3 sessions we can do on this. And but to reach this level, your this level should be up to oops and basic. If you don't know the basic, if you don't know the oops, then we cannot do these practices real time project automations. That's why we covered this structure 1 and structure 2. Yeah. Any other question, or you want to cover oops concept or you don't want to cover oops concepts? Any questions, you can share your views.
I don't know basics, so it would be good for me if all these concepts are covered.
So for everyone, the basic which I will tell you, I don't think you worked on that level of basics. So that's why I want to make you just understand how the things work.
Yeah.
Then, if you know that thing, then any task you can apply at least without any help. You can apply your thoughts. Okay, this is how I can control the things. This is how I can control my data. This is how I can manipulate my data. This is how I can display my data. Right. So that's why I cover this basic part and this. But oops, if anyone interested in oops or not, so that views I want from the audience. How
It would
much?
be good if covered.
Yeah,
At least that's my opinion.
yeah, yeah. Oops, are because I'm working in developing the simulator. So if my suggestion or my observation, if I don't know oops concept, I could not develop that simulator. So for you guys, if you want to create a small scripts only, then without oops is okay. You can using method, you can create small scripts and you can manipulate those scripts and get results. But if you are working on the larger projects where you have like 50 or 100 scripts, then your oops knowledge is must. How to put ideas in those, that is must. That's why I put this session also. Any other? Can we move ahead?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Do you have any document where we can see the content of the courses that we are going to be learn?
So yeah, so whatever I will cover in that session, I will provide you scripts, those scripts or PPTs on that. So content is openly available in the in the market, but I will provide you my PPT and my scripts. So you can use those scripts and you can work on that.
No, I'm asking for the course content, the topics you are covering.
No,
Uh,
this I already given you, no? Basics. No? Yeah. Apart from this, what you need? This is all basics. Out of this, there is nothing in Python basics.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, total 10 sessions will be sufficient for completing this course?
No, I told you now already. Like this is my assumption, but it will take plus two. That I know. Plus two session means 7 to 8 session will go in basic.
Okay.
Yeah, and oops concepts only 2 session, and rest we will cover on the projects. Like small project we start to do, how to do the file handling, how to do the OS handling, like your how to do the importing or exporting the packages, right? And how you can send the data on the serial ports. So these all things we will learn. That is practical practice, kind of real time practice. So there I'm supposing to spend 5 sessions at least.
And
So
every session will be of how many hours? How much time duration?
yeah, so half an hour is for a QA session, like where we will discuss QA, and 1.5 is full covering the content. So
Okay.
2 hour sessions.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
How
I
many
guess
days
it
per
will be.
week?
yeah.
How many
Can you
days
say
per
again,
week?
please? Can you say again, please? I did not hear.
How many days per week the course will be?
Yeah, it will decide like it will be good for you guys on weekdays or weekends. So that That we will discuss how the things is good for all.
Okay.
Yeah, we decide.
Because weekend we are already going through one course, weekends. So
Mhm.
at least for me, weekdays would be better.
Yeah, that all team will decide, and
Fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and weekdays timing and all that we will discuss with the team. And yeah, any other? So you guys, you all have your machines and your setup, right? Or you want to do the scratch installation and all? Hello.
We start from scratch.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's. I will. We have time. So this is up to course. So every yeah. So if there is no question related to course and this stuff, then we will move to next slides. Right. So this is just basic introduction of Python and all like why we use Python, what is the need, what is the application area, and what is Python exactly. So all you know and Python installation and some basic we will cover today. Like I'll show you some basic things and this make this session a fruitful session, right? So before installation, I'll try to explain what is Python exactly and why what are the basic feature in the Python. So multi-purpose programming language. What do you mean by multi-purpose programming languages? So multi-purpose means you can use this language in the various domains like web development also, like intelligent artificial intelligence also, data science also, automation also, and for the RP also, robotic process, right? So all this purpose you can use this language. So that is why this is multiple purpose. And second thing is it is dynamically typed language. So in the audience, if someone worked on the other languages, they might be know that in other language we need to define every variable. What type of variable you are going to declare, you need to define that. Like int you are going to declare, you need to define like int a equal to something, float something, right? So you need to define that, but in Python you don't need to define anything, right? If you declare something a equal to 10, Python automatically get understand this is a integer. How easy this is, you can think, right? I worked in the Java and in Java, every time we need to, write like, okay, int integer, this is this, float, this is Boolean, right? So every time we need to define that, declare that variable. But in Python, there is nothing as such. Just you simply like a simple English, you need to create a variable of some value. You can do that. Python will understand, right? And the main thing in Python is the versions, right? There are two different version in Python 2 and Python 3. And in this course structure, in this learning session, we will cover Python 3, right? Because Python 2 support has been deprecated by the Python organization after 2020. There is no support of Python 2. And Python 2 has some enhancements, so that all enhancements in the Python 3, right? So we will mostly work on this Python 3 only. So it is the latest, and every enhancement, every libraries, and all the latest versions are coming in the Python 3 only, right? So there is some syntax, a little syntax changes in Python 2 and Python 3. So there is no much changes. Some scripts can run in the Python 2 and Python 3 only. In the both you can run, but we will cover Python 3 only in this course instead. Right? Any question till here, till this slide?
Hello?
Yes. Before asking question, if you say your name, then it will be good for me to.
Okay. Thank you, Rajiv. I think I pronounce your name correctly. I think Rajiv is correct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. My name is okay. Let's say it's Jamai. Jamai.
Okay.
Jamai. Okay. Thank you. So my question, please, is I think because the Python 3 is the evolution of Python 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why the need to mention that there was that there is another version of Python. We always learn the latest version.
Yeah.
You understand my
Uh,
is it something special that was
here.
before in version 2 and
Yeah.
that does not exist
I'll tell.
anymore in version 3?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I understand your question. Is like why there is need
Thank
of
you.
three Python 3 if and Python 2 both different two versions, right? See, most of the Python 2 is not compatible in the Python 3. There is no backward compatibility. One thing you need to take care, right? So your script can work, but suppose if you write your script in Python 2, it is not sure 100% your script will work in Python 3 because they stop compatibility, backward compatibility in these both versions, Python organization. And there is also some syntax changes. So if you need to define, if you need to print something, there is different syntax in the Python 2. But if you need to print something in Python 2, there's a different syntax. So there are some compatibilities. There are some, you can say, drawbacks of Python 2. Because of that, they have start thinking of this Python 3 and making much compatible with the OSs, with the embedded systems. So there may be a lot of reasons for that to make it not compatible with Python 2.
Okay. Okay.
But the thing which I worked in the Python 2 and Python 3, most of my script work on the both versions. But from the organization side, from the website, they are not making you comfortable. Your script will work in both the versions. So you need to pick one of the versions for your development.
Thank you.
Yes. Python 3 is the best, what I can say, because Python through this support has been stopped now. There is no support in Python 2 after 2020. So it's been 3 years. There is no latest update in Python 2. Right. Python 3 is the
It's
best,
clear.
best to go with. Right. So this is all about my Python short, why we are going for Python, what exactly Python is, what are the different application areas of Python, and why this Python is so popular these days in the automation field especially, and in the AI, in the data science. Uh, the main thing in the nutshell is only its syntax, easy to understand, and short line of code. Only that is because the rest of the language is very complex to design a uh, program. But if you're new learner, you start learning a language, Python is the best option to start with because you easily, like English language, you will start getting the things easily. Right? This is all about Python. Any question till here, or can I move ahead?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So about the Python installation and all that. So Python installation, is very easy as compared to other languages installation. There is nothing to do in Python installation. You need to do only two things. One, you need to download Python version from their website. What version? Especially, what I recommend, you all have to download Python 3.6 or above that. 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, or 9 or 10. Not 11, 12, because they are just recently uh, uh, updated. So 3.6 to 3.10 you can download from the website, right? So and you need to add that Python into your variable, environmental variable. So all you may be aware about this variable environment. If not, then I'll show you one example what to do. I have captured that. I will explain you when we start, but this is just a demo. I'll show you. Something I capture, I think. What is date today? 18, 17. Solution. Yeah, this one. Yeah, see. So when you download any packages of Python from internet and one exe file you downloaded, right? Suppose I downloaded this 3.10.8 64-bit. As per your machine compatibility, you can download this. So you need to click on this install now, right? You can see on my screen this install now. And next thing you need to do, add python.exe to path. Very last line.
Hello.
Yeah.
Your screen is not visible.
Oh, screen is not visible.
Yeah.
Now, anyone else can,
We can see your screen.
yeah, if anyone can see, then maybe it's your side.
Okay. I left.
Yeah,
Yes, we can see.
you can see, no? Okay, okay. So I'm explaining just the simple installation of Python, how to do the installation on your Windows machine, right? This is the simple installation. You need to go on website. Like if you Google anything, I'll tell you one thing how to do that. Suppose if you write simple here Python 3.10 download. Yeah, simply this in the Google, right? So it will take you the Python website, which is this python.org downloads. So you need to go into this website simply. Yeah, and here the latest version is Python 3.10. And if you want to download the old versions, you can simply go to the downloads here, all release. So if you click here, it will show you the all versions below. Yeah, like this. Python 3.10, Python 3.11. So suppose I want to do this, Python 3.10. So I need to click on the download, right? Here, download. And when I click on download, it will take me to the this page where it asks you the which type of operating system and all compatibility you can. So recommended on the Windows is this 64-bit installer, window installer, right? Your Windows machine is 64-bit, then you can download this. If 32-bit, you can download this. So if my machine is 64-bit, so I can download this. So when I click this, your exe will start get downloading, right? Like this. You will get this Python 3.10.8 arm64.exe. This file you will get, and after double clicking on this exe, you will get this pop-up on your machine. So in this pop-up, you need to check this add python.exe to path. You need to check this, and you need to click on install now, right? So when you do this process, your Python will get installed, and you can press the finish button, right? So once you finish your button, you can go to your CMD, right? And anywhere you can simply type Python. And when you type Python, you will come to know like this. You now you are under Python. Python 3.10.8 version I have on my machine. Similarly, you guys can check here on your machines after installing. But important is this, add python.exe to path. If you add it to path, then you can use anywhere this Python. Otherwise, you need to go this path. User, app data, local, programs, Python 3. You need to go in this path. If you add to path, you can anywhere in the CMD, you can use this, right? This is how you can check your Python on your machine or install Python on your machine. Till here, any question, you guys?
So while downloading from website, we need to download latest version, yes?
Not latest, no, not latest. Sometime what happened, latest codes are not very much compatible with the old scripts and all that. So stable build you need to download. So the thing which I know, the stable build is now 3.10. So 3.10 you can download, right? And you can download and do these steps every time. Don't go for the latest build every time. Go for the stable build.
Uh, I already downloaded 3.11.0 64-bit. Is that fine? Or
No,
you
there
want?
is no issue in that. There is no issue in that. But sometime what happen, this come in the market and programmer you start using those latest build, and they put their issues, right? So every build has some issues every time, but we are not that high level programmers or doing high projects. We are just learning, so you can download that, no problem. But I will always prefer to download the stable build.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, in my machine, 3.9 is installed. So
Yeah, then
if I want to,
then it is okay.
if we want to upgrade 3.10, how could we do?
It is up to you. It is up to you. You can do that. How to do that? Your question was, right?
Yes, through any command, we can upgrade our
So
level.
in Windows, you have to download the other list, other exe. In the Windows, in the Linux, you can upgrade using the command, but in Windows, you need to download this exe and delete this older 3.9 here. You need to keep one Python, otherwise in system two Python versions start displaying.
Okay.
So what you can do, you can go to this location, install now. You can see this location now below, install now.
Yes.
Every time your Python will get stored here. Any version you download, it will store here. So the version you need, you can keep here. Other versions you can delete from here.
Okay.
Yeah. In Windows, if I'm working, you need to download this exe only. That is only way to upgrade. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question? Any question?
Yeah, is the Python we use only for protocol development and testing only, or do we can use it every for other cases also for LT and 4G, 5G?
No, everywhere you can use this. I told you. Domain knowledge you need first. What you want to do, right? What you want to do. That
Okay.
libraries you want to explore from the open source market. What are the libraries available for this type of testing? Suppose you
Okay.
want to do a serial communication, right?
Okay.
Then Yeah, you can Google simply like what serial libraries available in Python. So those libraries you can explore, and code you need to write in Python. For that, basic you need first. How to use that library? Uh, you should have that basic knowledge. But
Okay.
LTE and 4G and 5G libraries, I know always be there in the open source. You need to explore those libraries. You need to find which library you want to work, and you can give your requirements like, okay, this is my problem. I want to
Okay.
use automation here. Then you can apply thoughts. Simple.
Okay.
I'll
Thank you.
tell you how to do the things. I'll give you small demo in 5 minutes. Okay. So this is part of installation. Any question on the installation till here? Okay. Okay. So this is the installation part, and next thing is now. Okay. So once the installation is done, you are able to check your Python like this on your CMD, like your Python is there. Then you can start writing your program, you can run your script, and you can check the outputs. Right? This is the simple thing. You don't need to do any other installation in your machine, like other language you need to do, make your virtual machine installation, you need to do the compiler installation, other things installation. In Python, just you need to install this exe. That's it. On installation is done. Now, what you can do for writing the programs and writing the script, you should have one IDE, right? I am using this Visual Code. You can use any other like Jupyter. You can use Atom. You can use uh, uh, Eclipse. You can use uh, intelligence is one other that you can use, but mostly I will prefer this Visual Studio. This is open source and freely available on the Google. If you type this Visual Code download, you will find this, and you can download this, right?
You cannot see anything in desktop.
Anyone can see my screen. Someone can confirm.
No, you're not sharing anything, I think.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we can see clearly. It's okay.
No, it is visible. It is visible.
Yeah, it is visible. Then it is okay from my side. I think it's your network. If you can't see it, need to reconnect, I guess.
Uh,
You guys
Rajiv,
can pick Rajiv.
Yeah.
yes, go on, go on.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Someone is saying. Yeah. Okay. So these are some basic things we will cover before starting any programs, right? What are the indentation? Indentation is very important in Python, right? In other language we don't use this things, but in Python indentation is very important. I will tell you, indentation is simply a space. When you write a block of code, you need to define your space, right? That is indentation. If indentation is not correct, your program execution will throw error. I will show you how. Second thing is comments. Comments are very important when you write some set of code. You know, if you check your script after 30 days, you will forget all the things what happened. So comments, every time you need to write a comment. Okay, this method is for this purpose. So how to define comments, that also how to write a comment, that also I will tell. And scripts. What are scripts? Scripts are a small set of code you write for a particular problem or particular test case. That is script, which performs one set of function, right? And multi-line comments, right? Multi-line comments, if you writing a comment not in one line, multiple line, then how to define that? That also I will tell you, right? And the last thing is inbuilt methods or keywords. Inbuilt methods are which Python provides you during installation. When you install, Python provides you some methods or functions which you can use for your executions. I will show you those things, right? So these things I will cover today for your demo, like how the things in Python and how the errors come if you are not on right indentation and all these things, right? So can we start with small program in Python? Anyone can see my screen? This
Yeah, I can see.
yeah, ID. Okay, okay, okay. So very first thing I will explain comments, right? So you need to do this hash, right? And you need to write this I am, right? Anything which started with this hash, Python will not execute that. Python will ignore this line. This is for user purpose only. If you see the script, you can read here what is your code is what things your code is doing, right? So for that purpose you can use comments, right? And second thing is multi-line comment. How to define multi-line comment?
What's wrong?
I lose the connection, I think. We lose the connection.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I got disconnected suddenly. I don't know what happened. But you guys can hear me? Okay?
Yeah,
Now we can hear.
Yeah, I don't know what
But
happened.
you got disconnected. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Let me share my screen. Just confirm if you guys can see my screen, huh?
okay now.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, thanks for confirming. So comments I have explained already. This is how we can, write our comments in Python, right? This is why we write the comments for the readability of user. So when you define this one script today and tomorrow, if you want to check, you can read simply these comments. Okay, this is what happening in my script. Python will not execute this line in the program, right? This is for user readability. And second thing is multi-line comments. How we will define multi-line? That is with the 3 colon, this. And if you write down anything between these 3 short of line, then Python will not execute this thing. Hello Python, right? Not like that. Just a minute. Okay. Not like this. Not giving different syntax here. Okay, let me save this. So, and how to run this program and all? you can simply right click here and run, or you can go here on the right side and you can run the file. Or other thing, you can go to CMD and you can go to the folder where you have saved this file and you can run from there. Right, there are three way to run the Python file. So most probably I will tell you from the CMD how to run the file from the CMD, right? So for this I will go to a folder. I will tell you that folder E में गया मैं. This is in Python, right? And I have this test1.py file. So I will go to this folder CMD address, right, like this. And how to run this Python, this test1.py. So let me do one thing. Let me print hello Python, right? And I say this. Now this print is inbuilt method in Python. You can see function, right? Function and method same thing, right? So this print is inbuilt method in Python which we can use for printing anything. So how to check that? Suppose Python test1.t. This. See the output. Hello Python. This is how we can run our script from the CMD. We go this folder where we have saved our script, and we can simply using this Python keyword space our script name. And when we do the enter, it simply print what is the output. So output is here. We are printing something. We are printing hello Python, right? And this print is inbuilt method. This is an inbuilt method. We don't need to define this. This is just inbuilt. We can use this as it is, right? This is how we can use in three way or run our script in three way, right? So now we will start with very simple thing for indentation. What is indentation, right? So for indentation, just forget about this thing now. For now, def. I will explain you later. And I have written something. Print grade. Print grade, right? Print grade. So it is giving me some error here. See, red line, underline, right? All you can see this. See, this is underlining one red line. Why? Because with this colon I have started a block, but this block, by the Python rule, this block should be like this, always starting after a tab. Whatever we have to write inside this block, we have to write with the indentation. If not, then it will throw an error like this. So this thing is only in Python. So while writing your program, you need to take care of this. Before starting our sessions, I just want to explain this indentation because this is very important, and every time we make mistakes while writing the program, this indentation. And this indentation will come only when you write your colon somewhere. See, here we start writing function, and function we can define like by this syntax. So colon is there. So inside colon we need to define our block of code. So that will come with the indentation. And when the function ends, suppose when the function ends, I can start from this line like this. There is no error. But function key body, right? All the body of function will come with the indentation. This is the big thing in Python. That's why I want to explain before starting anything. Indentation. right? Anything till here?
Rajiv.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indentations means the tabulation or space.
Yeah, means it is a space. Either you can use four spaces or you can use one tab. Both
Okay.
are equal. Yeah. So, but where to use this indentation, that you need to know. It will always come when you use colon sign, right? When you have to write some block of code, right? Like in the if condition, always you use colon. In function, always you use colon. So in that cases, when you define a set of code for some instructions, then you need indentation. Otherwise, if you write simple a equal to 1, b equal to 3, print AB, it is okay. No need to give indentation, right?
Okay.
It will, yeah, it will simply print your outputs if you see. Oh, this is not the right CMD. This is the CMD.
What will happen if we add an indentation
Sorry,
for our now? What will happen if we add an indentation or space at the beginning in our
where
in print?
it will throw error.
Okay.
I will show you how. 2 or 3, right? You are asking here, right?
Yes.
See, error is coming itself in the IDE. But if I run this, you can't see why your is you cannot add anywhere indentation. You need to do indentation by rule only. There are some rules, right? Here you
Yeah.
cannot do because there is no colon above. There is no colon. Under colon only indentation will come. Agar if I run this script, it will give me one error. See, Python -1.py. See, indentation error.
Yeah.
Unexpected intent means this is not expected. You need to do like this.
Yeah.
Understand?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So this is a equal to a equal to 2. So in other languages, if you need to do this, you need to do this like this: int a equal to 2. You need to declare this variable is an integer and this is the value. But in Python, you don't need to write this. You just simply say a equal to 2, and Python will understand automatically. Type is another method. If you give type a, it will give you the class of this variable. You can check, you can find. Just forget about these things. I will explain you later, but to make some understanding, I'm just writing this thing. See, class int. So Python automatically is understanding what type of 2 is, what type of a is, what type of variable a is. This is a integer type. So this is very plus point in Python. In other languages, you need to define it first, but in Python, don't need to do like this. Simply do the things. So these are right. Till here, any questions, folks? Yeah. So yeah, this is all about the small demo. I think we have covered. And yeah, invalid method I have shown you. This print is invalid method means the method which we are not defining. That are invalid method. Which methods available already, right? That are invalid method. And multi-line command means you need to write something in 2 3 lines, that are multi-line comments. Comments, why we use comments? Because it is easy to read after few days, 10 or 15 days, when you see your scripts, you are not getting what I have written there. So you can simply read your comments and you can get like what I have written there, why this script is for. Indentation, I have shown you, this is a space, 4 space or 1 tab, and this is to define some set of block of code, right? And scripts, oh, where is that scripts? So you can say this is a script, you can say this is a script. What this script is doing, this script is simply adding 2 variables, and when you save this file as a .py, it become your Python script, right? And if you run this, it will give you 5 as a output, right? You can check from here. So you can say this is a script, Python script, right? So we have covered almost high level things, from installation to write one hello world script, and areas of application areas of Python and all that things. So this is all about this small demo session. If you have any question you want to ask, you can raise your questions. I'm here to reply. We will start from very beginning. From the next learning session, we start from beginning.
Rajiv,
Yeah.
please, for this training, what's the brief proposal for the RF engineers?
I missed your voice in between. What did you say? Can you come again, please?
For this training, can you please give us some brief explanation? What is the automation?
Can someone else? The duration you are asking?
No. The purpose of this training is automation. Is it right?
Yes. Means at the end of this learning sessions, I will, you are capable of doing small automations with yourself, right? Like I want to check this folder in my machine, how many files are there, but I don't want to go click by click. I want to just write a script and want to check. So these kind of automation mindset you need to create first, right? And then we'll do some project practice also, like file handling and all that we will do. So automation is the end point of this course. Yeah.
Is there anything related to 4G RF planning or 4G engineering?
Yeah, that I told in the starting of this session. I'll discuss with my team, and if they provide me any insight of that project, I can explain those things also. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, and probably so a complete script from the time where we power on the system and download XML files and perform some basic tests like IP test or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be covering that at least one project overall in such a way.
Mm-hmm.
You got
What is that project? See, you have your project in your mind. If you can explain your project, I can yeah.
okay.
I can
Previously,
write.
when I have tested the 4G system in the transport, so what we have done is basically I worked in CI, okay, DevOps environment.
Mm-hmm.
So there for
Okay.
Jenkins, for some scripts to run in Jenkins, there was a code
Okay.
implemented in TCL TK. Okay, it's
Okay.
like powering on the system, download some XML files, and
Mm-hmm.
perform some basic tests like traffic test, signaling, IP. Okay, these three things. And
Mhm.
show the results. So this is the complete
Okay.
test scenario. So would you
Mhm.
be explaining or would we be doing any project from a small thing at least, not everything.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. For yeah, explain that all tools are available with you. If I know the process, then I can. Just
uh,
creating a script.
we use
Creating
Robo
script is not
framework.
a big thing.
Robo framework.
Yeah, yeah. If you all want a robo framework session, also I can give you that also. No problem. See,
Okay, okay, fine.
how to apply that, you guys need to start thinking like how to apply that thing. I can tell you one project, right? This, but if suppose in the next company you need to do another project, there you need to apply on your thoughts only. That's why I'm
Yeah,
focusing on
yeah,
the,
yeah. I got your point.
yeah.
Yeah, but what I
I
wanted
can,
to know is, so there
yeah.
will be a master file where we call all these scripts. So that
Okay.
process I want to know.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I'll explain everything. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Rajiv, I was thinking, I
Yeah.
was thinking uh, for most RF engineers in 4G or other technologies, they are we need particularly something to deal with XML to parse.
XMLs
Yes, to parse some XML.
to read the XML data, right?
Yes, to extract information from XML files from big XML files that
Okay.
contains some network information.
See, I got your point, but see, I don't know how your project is going on. I can explain you how you can manipulate the XML file. That I can tell you, but how you are using in your project, that you need to explain me first. Like this is how in your project is working, and I can give you suggestion. But yeah, XML manipulation I can give you session, no problem. Like we can take one XML file, big XML file, and we can play with that, and we can extract the output from that XML file and all that things. No problem in that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Playing with files is not a file handling will cover all those things. You don't need to worry.
Um, I'm sorry. I'm thinking also about some KML for Google Earth.
For can you come again,
Uh,
please?
uh, I'm thinking also for KML files. It's like
Mm-hmm.
XML. It's for Google Earth.
Okay.
The same thing. I
Okay.
think how to generate them, how to plot
Mm-hmm.
some sector on Google Earth. Some
Mm-hmm. That file, first time I'm hearing this KML file you're
No,
saying, right?
we'll discuss on KML and file. Will help. No issue.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
Rajiv, KML is a file to export on a Google Earth to see the tower. Where is our tower? According to
yes,
Latlock
Okay.
and Azimuth and all.
exactly.
Right?
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So guys, first we
Do
need
you
to learn basic
the
things.
purpose
First, we learn to basic things. After learning basics, we can deploy anywhere, either on test case building or test case analysis.
Yes.
Now, one specific question. During
Yes.
installing this Visual Studio, I mean, just the installation part,
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft Visual
Mm-hmm.
Studio. So
Mm-hmm.
it says add to path request shell restart. So
No.
only this one thing I should keep it in enable.
So your question was you want to
No, I was
download
just
this
trying. I already
Visual Studio,
downloaded
right?
and I am installing
Uh-huh.
whatever you have done. So in the installation, um,
Mm-hmm.
after doing
You
start,
do,
it is asking add to path requires shell restart, and there are other options also. Add open with code, add open with code action to Windows Explorer, register code as an editor for supported file types. So all this other stuff I also should also tick.
no need to just, you can add to path and simply
That
go.
is enough, right?
Yeah.
It's a register code as an editor for supported file types. That's not required.
No.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, this is, yeah. Yeah. Any other question?
Rajiv, Karthik this side.
Yeah,
Will
Karthik.
you show any sample project for us in this demo session?
Sample project means
Yeah. Any automation already you did it for some scope like testing or any application development something. Can you show some sample project?
this is my personal here. I don't have those projects, but I have on company's machine. But what I can show, uh, uh, let me check if I have something to show you today.
Like any automation you did for some Excel handling or something. Any sample project.
No, I have one automation related to this serial port
Okay.
data, the UDP data and serial port data. So that I have created, but right now I don't think that is on my machine right now. But if you want, I can show in next session also. Like right
Okay.
now, yeah, this that is a project in itself. So that all on my company's machine. So here on personal machine, I haven't doing any projects and all that.
Fine.
So if you want to see, we can show in the next session, starting about how the projects, how the automation works, and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, if I have now anything, I can. I think. No, right now I
I
don't think
have
I have.
I have one question. This Python automation, can it replace this UI path automation?
UI path.
Yes, if we learn this Python automation, can it replace this UI path automation? There is,
I'm getting
there is
you. Not means.
There is yes,
Uh,
there is one application which this can make this RPA
mhm.
automation. So in Python, can we do the same thing like that?
I'm not getting your question properly. If you come again, or if you can write your question in chat, I can understand in better way, I think.
Chat not available for me.
UI path, something you are saying, like UI path automation, something you are saying, right?
Yeah, UI path, yes.
What was your question?
So can Python replace this UI path automation?
Replace, I'm not sure anything Python can replace, but yeah, the problem you are solving with UI path, you can try with Python. That you can do. But replacing thing, I cannot comment. I'm not the right person for commenting on replacing the applications. right? Yeah, Brijesh, I'm audible.
Yes, it's audible.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Anyone?
Nothing
Okay.
now. So guys, those who are interested, you can ping me. We'll share the detail and the amount, duration and all. Okay. So no more questions.
Yeah.
So I think we have to close the call. Thanks, Rajiv. Thanks to all
Yeah. Thanks,
joining with us.
Brijesh. Yeah. Thanks, team. Thanks, team. Yeah.
Thanks, Raj.